Practically all of the law of attraction strategies revolve around visualization, whether it's creating a vision board or closing your eyes and imagining what it is that you want to create. And you wonder why so many of us who practice these strategies never reach our goals visualizing it. Today I'm going to show you why law of attraction visualization techniques are not enough and what you should be doing to achieve your goals. Check this out. Welcome to the Power of Quiet, the one key to finding everything that you're looking for. Abundance, happiness, success, peace of mind. It all comes from just doing one thing, quieting that mind. And that's exactly what we show you how to do. If you're interested in that and you want to learn how to do it easily and quickly and consistently and have that quiet mind last, have it all the time, then hit subscribe and follow along. Now, today we're going to talk about the law of attraction, which I'm sure you've heard about. Who hasn't? I think the book, The Secret, and the movie has been out now for 15 years. And how many people have really had big success using The Secret? Not many. If we're honest, I'm talking about consistent results and big results. There's a lot of wishful thinking, but a lack of real results. And now they have a new book out. See, the old one wasn't good enough. Now it's the ultimate secret. And in another 10 or 15 years, they'll have the super duper secret. And the real secret is that they're selling a bunch of books. That's all it is. And what is it about? It's about mostly visualizing. That's what the law of attraction is. How it's practiced, using vision boards or, some sort of meditation technique of visualizing your goal or repetition, see it and see it again and again and again and again. See, they're not wrong, but the problem is that they're tackling it at the surface of it rather than going deep into it. And I'm going to show you the difference. Now, I bring this up because this habit of trying to achieve things through visualizing it, it's something that even those in this community of releasing get hung up in. And that's because Lester Levenson, the realized master, whose great releasing method we continue to teach and share here on this channel, he had a number of very popular and powerful quotes that are often misinterpreted. For example, one of the things that Lester said that often gets taken the wrong way is when he says, hold in mind what you want and only what you want. And that's what you'll get all the time. Just hold in mind what you want and nothing that you don't want, and that's all that you would get. Right? He said that a number of ways and a number of different times. And it's easy to take that and say, okay, well, I gotta get this picture and have this picture on my mind all the time until it comes to me. All right, I gotta carry this picture around wherever I go. I gotta be in a place where if somebody wakes me up at 3 in the morning and asks me what my goal is, I can go right to that picture. I've got that picture. It's like we have this death grip on this picture. But that's not really what Lester's talking about. He's talking about something much deeper. Now, I listened to Lester say this, and in my early days, I took this the wrong way myself. You see, when I was working on goals, say a goal that I would be working on would be, for a monetary amount, like $1 million. And I'd be releasing and I'd go, okay, where's my goal going to come from now? And I found myself looking for it. Now I was trying to picture myself having this $1 million, but there's like a disconnect between my picture and reality. And what I found myself was looking for it, right? Where's it going to come from? When is it going to come from? Is it going to be coming tomorrow, next week? And it kind of got extreme with me. Like every time the phone rang, my mind went to, oh, is that someone calling me to tell me I'm going to have my million? Or I got myself all wound up, nervous and excited whenever I went to check the mail. Maybe there's a check that's in there for me. Or I'm riding along the road on my bike and I'm looking along the sides of the road. I'm scanning in the bushes. Maybe I'll find a bag of money there. You know, maybe there's a robbery and somebody had to chuck a bag of money and I just roll up onto it. So I just had these wild fantasies of looking for my goal, but always wondering where it's going to come from. And see, that's what Lester's really talking about. When he says, hold in mind what you want, he's really talking about examining your thinking. See, you can visualize having $1 million. You could visualize whatever your goal is, like a big house. And you could say, okay, I have a blue house, it's 3 stories tall, it's got a white picket fence, it has a hedge in the front, a swing set on the side. You could visualize it, visualize it, visualize it. But that's not going to make it happen necessarily, because what do you really hold in mind? You see, what I was holding in mind when I was looking for my goal, is it under that bush? Is it that phone call away? What I was holding in mind was that it's not here. I got to look out there. I'm wondering, where is it? Because it's not here. That's what my picture was. I don't have it yet. And I'm wanting it. I'm trying to control it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. You know, where's it going to come from? What do I need to do? Do I need to be at the right place at the right time? Do I need to do this or do I need to do that? And I'm coming from a place of wanting. I'm wanting it. I'm looking for it. And that's what Lester is talking about at a deeper level, is when you're wanting something, what are you picturing? What do you hold in mind? It's not here. And look at the experience that you get when you're wanting something. And when you're visualizing something, you got to pay attention to how much you're wanting it. Maybe you're wanting to control it. Or you're just wanting it. You're wanting the results. And along with that wanting, it's a feeling of lack, right? I don't have it yet. And I'm not good enough. I'm not powerful enough to have it. I don't have the right resources. I don't have the right skills, the right knowledge to make this happen. So I can't have it, but I sure want it. And that's what you're really holding in mind. Therefore, that's what you get. That's what determines your results. Now, a better thing to pay attention to that Lester shared with us about how to be creative comes to his guidelines on working on your goals in the first place. A couple of things that Lester points out is that your goal should feel real, realistic, and right to you. Just natural. Just a feeling that just comes from your intuition. Or you could say an inner conviction, just an inner knowingness that it's already yours. You can't explain it, but it's just something that you know, and you know that you know. It's that sort of conviction. And that's the same conviction that Yogananda talked about. Yogananda said that, the secret to manifesting that was taught to him by his master, Sri Yukteswar, was being in this place of conviction. It's not something that you could explain intellectually, but it's just something that you know. And you've experienced this yourself. When you had something that you wanted to do, maybe you didn't know exactly how you're going to accomplish it, but you just knew that you're going to do it. I don't know how, but I'm having it. And you knew that you're going to do it no matter what. And you did. It's that sort of conviction. And that is the opposite of wanting. And that's the thing that Lester points out. He also points out in wording your goals that you should have a sense of oneness with your goal, like a real connection with it. So, you know, if you're visualizing it and you're looking for it, there's a sense of separation there. You know, like, is it out there or is it going to come tomorrow? Well, you know, that's separate. Whereas being one, it's already yours right now. And you know it. You just feel it in your bones, in every cell in your being. And that's something that you can get to. And that's what Lester's method is all about, is going beyond the mind and getting it into this deeper sense of havingness. Now, how do you do that? It's easy. It's just your decision. Now, think about something that you want, maybe a goal that you've been holding in mind, maybe even have been trying to visualize yourself having. And first of all, look at what you're really holding in mind. Look at that picture. And it really is a picture that you don't have it, isn't it? And maybe that goal seems like wishful thinking. And in a sense, it also seems unrealistic. Or just out there. Maybe you'll have it sometime in the future. Now, if you already had a conviction that you had your goal and you knew it, would you need to hold it in mind? Would you need to even think about it? No. It's just like a feeling of course. Like right now, you have a body, right? And you don't want a body, you already have a body. You don't even think about it. And if you look at other things that you have in your life, you know, maybe you have a good relationship. So you're not on Tinder looking for one. You're not thinking about having one because you already have one. You don't need to think about it. It's already yours. So wanting and having, they're two different states of mind. And they feel very different, right? What feels better? Does it feel better to want something? Or does it feel better to have something? And notice the difference when you're wanting something. Think about something that you want. And notice how your mind just lights up. It lights up with like the greediness. Oh, I gotta have it. I need it. As well as, oh, I can't have it, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough, all this other noise. But it just stirs up a bunch of noise in your mind. Whereas conversely, think about something that you have. And as you're thinking about that, there's not much noise going on in your mind. Your mind is pretty quiet about it. It's very peaceful. So that shows you that wanting and having are two very different things. And what's required here is letting go of that wanting to discover the having. And for most of us, this is tantamount to taking a leap of faith, because the way that we've been brought up, the way that we've been conditioned, literally programmed, is to believe that wanting is something that is necessary. It's just a fact of life. You gotta want. You know, how could you have anything if you didn't want it? And part of us, we really don't want to go there because our mind is telling us that, oh, that is a place of apathy, of death even. Because if you just don't want anything, then you won't go for anything, you won't have any goals, you just lay around and achieve nothing, experience nothing, do nothing. Isn't that the way that the mind sees it? Deep down? But as we've been examining, wanting and having, they're two different states of mind, and they feel very differently. And having feels much more effortless, much more joyous than wanting does. So we got to start to discern a little bit here and decide, you know what, I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to let go of all of my wanting. Now, a lot of us, we've been practicing this, and to some sense we're on board with this. But like I said, that program of wanting is so deep. We let go of a lot of it, but we're still holding on. I can't let go of all my wanting. If I let go of wanting my goal, then I'm just going to forget about it. It's never going to happen. And I really want it. That's what I see in myself and most people that get stuck in working on their goals. And then they try to substitute visualization for completing the work on the goals and letting go of all the wanting. But let's take an experience right now. Let's see for ourselves just how powerful it is when we let go of wanting. Now, think about something that you want. Maybe it's a goal of yours. Maybe it's something that you've been, visualizing. Something that you've been wanting for yourself. A change in your lifestyle. More abundance. More options, more freedom. A better life. A better place to live. Think about something that you really want. And notice something. First of all, as you're thinking about that thing that you want, is a lacking feeling, a sense of pain of not having it. And if you look truthfully, you also see that there's a sense of neediness. Like you need that in order to feel happy or feel satisfied or just feel good about yourself. How could I ever feel good about myself if I never get this goal? Now, how fun is it to hold on to that? And look at what you're holding in mind. And it's important to see that the mind just works only in pictures. Just look at the picture that you have in your mind. You might be picturing, the house or the money, but underlying that, the picture is, I don't have it. It's out there. It's separate from me. And that sense of separation all comes back into that want for it, that neediness for it. Now, turning this around, it's simple because it's just a decision. Because it's your decision in the first place to want it. Isn't it? Right? It's you who's telling yourself, I need this million, or I need this whatever. And since it's your decision to have that want in the first place, and you see what you're getting as a result of it, then let's see what happens when you do the opposite. So, we're just going to make this nice and simple and practical. All right? We're just going to use common sense, and we're going to explore what you experience. And first of all, when you think about this goal, whatever it is, does it feel better to want this goal? Or does it feel better to have it? Notice the difference. It feels much better to have it. And it puts you in a positive position, right? Whereas the wanting, like I pointed out, it's neediness, it's lack, it's a very negative thing. So right there, that makes it a simple decision. Do I decide to go for positive or do I decide to go for negative? And it's your choice, right? It's your choice to want it in the first place, and it's your choice now to let go of wanting it. And now that you see that it's better to have than to want, and while you're wanting, there is no having going on, it's lack. It's the opposite of having. So, check it out. As a simple decision, a yes or no decision, could you let go of wanting that goal? Just a little bit. Not too much. We'll just do it a little bit at a time. It's like dipping our toe in, right? I'm not going to make you jump into the deep end yet. But right now, could you just let go of wanting that goal a little bit? And could you let go of wanting that goal a little bit more? And could you let go of wanting that goal a little bit more? And could you let it go a little bit more? And could you let it go a little bit more? And a little bit more. And could you let it go a little bit more? And a little bit more. And could you let go of wanting that goal a little bit more? And even more. And even more. Now notice how you feel. Just notice if you feel a bit lighter. Because when you're wanting it, it's that heavy, lacking, needy feeling. And now you feel a bit lighter than that, and a bit more positive, just by making that decision. All right, so let's go a little bit further with this. Now let go of wanting that goal, just completely in this moment. Don't worry about the future, just right now in this moment. And you got nothing to lose, right? If this doesn't work out, you can always go back to wanting, right? You spent a whole lifetime perfecting wanting. So that's no problem, you always go back to it. But just right now, in this moment, can you just drop that want for that goal? Like, just let it go. And let go of wanting it even more. And even more. And remember, it's just a decision, yes or no. And let go of wanting it a little bit more. And could you give yourself permission to even forget your goal? And that might sound scary to the ego. Oh no, I don't want to forget this goal, it's important to me. Can you give yourself permission to just completely let it go? And just let it all go right now in this moment. And let go of wanting some more. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And how does that feel? Do you feel lighter? And is your mind quieter? And notice, now when you think about that goal, does it seem closer to you? More possible for you to have it now? Do you notice that? Maybe just a subtle sense of, yeah, I could have it. There is a way. I don't know how, but I just feel more positive. Now, where did that come from? You see, when you let go of the negativity, when you let go of the wanting, you don't have to put anything positive in. You don't have to program your mind to visualize your goal in order to create it. See, just by emptying out your mind, and what you're doing by letting go of the wanting, at a very deep level, you're emptying out your mind, and you could see the results, and they're fast. And so when the mind goes quiet, you just naturally feel positive. You don't have to put positivity in. And this is another big mistake with a lot of the people, that coach in the law of attraction and other self-help techniques. It's about programming yourself to be positive. Nonsense. You're already positive. All you have to do is let go of that negativity, the wanting. That wanting is extremely negative. Not only does it weigh you down, and you can see for yourself, it's a negative feeling, it's a lacking feeling, but it's also a clue as to what you're really holding in mind. And if that's what you're picturing, which is lack, which is separation, that goal is out there or it's tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, it's the same picture, it's tomorrow. And then the next day, it's tomorrow. It's a picture that you're creating. So you are doing the law of attraction, but you're just creating something that you're not intending to create by not examining your thinking. And all you have to do is let go of the want for it. So don't worry about the visualization. Let go of all your desire. And what you see just in a couple minutes, you had a big shift from being negative to being light and positive. And as you continue doing this, you're going to experience what Yogananda talked about, that conviction, just that sense of knowing that I can have it. And it doesn't come from your mind. It's just a knowing. I know. And I know that I know. And my mind can't convince me otherwise, and you can't convince me otherwise. And that is a whole different picture that you're holding in mind. It's a picture that it's mine already right now. That's what creates your goal. So focus on that rather than the visualization. If you want to get good at this and master letting go of all of your wanting, spotting it where it is, and even the subtlest ways that are holding you back. I got a 6-week course that's coming up this June where I'm going to show you how to spot where it is that you are holding the wrong thing in mind and directing you to turn it around very quickly so that you can create even impossible goals. So if you want to learn some more about that, I'll put a link to it up here, also in the description below. So you can check it out. It's called the Conscious Creation Master Course. And it's direct from Lester's teachings about how to clear out that negativity so your real power and true self shows up and you are in charge of your world. And the best thing about all of this, as you see, is that it's provable. It's experiential. So you get to see for yourself. And though it might be a leap of faith at the beginning to go in this direction, once you start experiencing it, it's no longer a leap of faith. It is a basis of fact that everything that you're looking for is already inside of you, and all you need to do is quiet that mind, let go of the negativity, and everything is revealed. And you get to experience it for yourself. So keep practicing this, keep proving it to yourself, and realize just who you are.